I'm screaming. Do I feel love? I don't have a clue. Will you love me? 'Cause I love you. Oh, 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 yeah, I love you. Whoa, oh, 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 yeah, I love you.
like shooting stars came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you.
invincible.
Back from the dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all invited to go fucking mental on this motherfucking drop. The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go, 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 go.
Now we're back from the dead. We're back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
We're back from the dead.
Are you ready? Let's go, 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 go.
Back from the dead.
We're back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
We're back from the dead. Back from the dead. Back from the dead.
Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys are tired of waiting. I am as well. We were supposed to run a whole set of ads here, but unfortunately, a lot of delays, and we didn't really get any confirmation from the admins until it was a bit too late. Either way, Rogue versus Luminosity Gaming in a best of 2 for tonight. They are going to be starting off here on Cash, as you can see. Next map will be Inferno. First off, great stuff here by Nekis, getting an absolutely brilliant quad kill over towards the B-bomb site. Now it's no surprise to most of you guys, and at least it's no secret that I'm a bit biased in this one. I have a lot of love for Hiko and Kadian playing for Rogue, so obviously I'm hoping for my boys in blue, I suppose. That being said, from a bit broader perspective and looking on this game, I guess with other glasses than just my own, I'm definitely hoping that Luminosity can show up for this one and take both the victories on Cash and Inferno. They need both the victories to be able to do anything about the current standing in the ESL Pro League. It is the final match day. For the ESL Pro League, before we hit the finals in Odense. In case any of you guys are interested in tickets for Odense, make sure you hit up proleague.com. Check out all the info over there. There should still be a few tickets available for Odense. Make sure you check that one out. But yes, indeed, we are live. Finally. Luminosity taking that first round, the pistol over on the B-bomb side. Now they're not too sure where Kadian is hiding. We can see on the minimap that he is indeed hiding over by the truck. And now they are gonna make their way in towards the A-bomb site.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Two-0 here for Luminosity. Again, it's no secret that Luminosity are the favorites to win this one. 3-1 favorite, at least according to the bookmakers. That being said, I mean, I'm gonna be brutally honest here. Rogue, they haven't been looking that hot. I'm hoping they can step up because I love the guys from Rogue. But they need to step up massively to be able to do anything about this. And it seems unlikely, let's be completely honest about that. Luminosity Gaming making it 3-0, taking the pistol and the 3 first round on their T side. And now finally Rogue will have enough money to buy up completely. They are going to be lacking a bit of utility, but they do have the smokes needed. They do have a dev kit on Vice as well. Let's see what they can bring us for this one. Vice. Interesting position there from Vice. Kadian, he goes out as well, and Hiko challenges. All of them getting absolutely destroyed here by Luminosity. It's a kill for every single player except for Yell at this point. Is it going to be a team ace? Yell is watching the angle. I do believe it is going to be a team ace. Missing his first opportunity, but catching it the second time around. And indeed, a kill for every single player on Luminosity. An easy 4-0. Bit interesting there from Vice. Not something we see that often, and not something I hope to see that much more. Going so aggressive and then pulling out a smoke after he spots one of the players, that seems a bit dodgy in my book. Vice taking a decent amount of damage here as well as Yell goes out for the peek in B main. Vi's taking a good chunk of damage, down to just 4 HP. As I mentioned, it is going to be a tough task here for Rogue. Luminosity is the better team. I was about to say at least on paper, but I don't think there's any way I can justify saying that Rogue should be a better team than Luminosity. They just aren't. Hiko hasn't been playing for quite some time. He finally joined Rogue again. Cadian, he joined Rogue from Europe. It's a long travel for him to, you know, get adjusted to the NA time zone, to everything over there, how everything works. I'm not entirely sure what to say about Rogue. I love the guys, I've said that on multiple occasions. I'll gladly say it again. But they're just not playing great Counter-Strike, and it's a bit unfortunate. Give you guys a bit of a recap. Rogue, there's absolutely no way, no matter what happens, there's no way Rogue can go below their place right now. They're sitting on 12th place currently, with 18 points. Below them we got Ghost on 10 points, above them we got Splice on 28. So Rogue, they're gonna be stationary on 12th place here for the ESL Pro League North American Division. That means that they're gonna be in a relegation match, either up against Splice, Immortals, or Complexity. Guess there's a slight chance of Renegades as well. That all depends on the outcome of all of the matches tonight. For this round, at least Cadian with that AWP and managing to pick up a few kills of his own. There's still a 3-on-2 situation favoring Luminosity, and they're gonna make their way over towards the B-bomb site. Leaving one player over towards A, making a bit of noise. That's PKL. And now Vice and Cadian realize, mate, we've been fooled. There's absolutely no chance that they're gonna get the retake on this one. They should realize that it's best to save. That's exactly what they're gonna try to do. PKL finds the final two. They're not even going to be able to hold on to the rifle and the AWP. 6-0 for Luminosity. Now, very quickly to catch you guys up on some of the other games that was going on earlier today. That was in the European division for ESL Pro League. Their final match day ended a bit earlier today, and we had Hellraisers and G2 fighting intensely in their own games. They weren't playing against each other. They were playing, Hellraisers were playing against Godsent, G2 against Fnatic, but both of them playing for the final spot for the Pro League finals in Odense. That was interesting to see. It turned out Hellraisers did get the final place, or the final spot. G2 are not going to be attending the finals in Odense. Down to a 2-on-2 situation here. Cadian finding a weapon. Got the information from Shinobi that there was a weapon down in B main. Picks it up. Now trying for the 2-on-2 retake. Yell needs to praise himself lucky that he didn't go down just yet. And Cadian trying to take the battle against Cello, but he's gonna miss every single bullet. And Cello cleaning house. The double kill to finish off the round. 7-0 for Luminosity. And I think now is the time to see Rogue get that one round on the scoreboard, just to keep the meme alive, I suppose. It's not a great start, at least. Let's put it like that. Not if, you know, you're a fan of Rogue, which I am. It's hard to be a fan of Rogue. I'll say that much. It's tough these days. But I'll keep my hopes high, and eventually I think that they, with this roster, I think they have a decent chance of getting somewhere in the NA scene at least, and perhaps even in the international scene, if we give them enough time to adjust. See someone in the chat asking, how come we only have 200 viewers here? And you know, to be completely honest with you, I was as surprised as you are when I saw it. That being said, we were a bit late to add the streams to HLTV, and that means that Snipe, the multi-match service, I'm not entirely sure how to classify them. They got pretty much every single viewer for this match, at least for the time being. Wrath, Shinobi, Wrath again. This might just be the meme. Gotta keep the meme alive. It's important. Showtime does manage to find one. He's left alone in a one. Well, he was a 1-on-5. He's already gotten 2, but he needs the ace. With only 8 seconds to go, there's absolutely no way that's gonna happen. And indeed, Hiko will shut him down. A nice little shoulder peek. A bit of a tab action there to draw the attention towards him. And going for the re-peek as Showtime was trying to make his way in towards the side. 7-1, never forget. You know, I guess I could, you know, create this storyline of, is it now that Rogue are finally gonna get back into the game? Are they gonna, you know, demolish Luminosity now? And yeah, sure, they might get a round or 2 here, but Luminosity should definitely be the favorites for this one, and they should win in a fairly comfortable fashion. That being said, as mentioned already, I'm cheering for Rogue. That's not gonna be any surprise for most of you. And I just realized that we missed the HP. Now it's back. Jello. 2 good kills already. Ooh, Hiko getting fully blinded, but he gets the kill regardless. Cello goes down, Hiko trying for even more, but PKL will go for jump peek. Take him down nice and easy. Kadian now is going to be left alone in a 1-on-2 situation. Yell is fairly low on HP, not that it matters too much, seeing as Kadian is wielding the AWP. Yell in towards Checkers. PKL on the side itself. Kadian going for the high grounds here. Trying to find that early frag on PKL. If he managed to do that, he's definitely going for it. But seeing as he didn't manage to do that, I think he's going to be considering saving at this point. Maybe trying to get an exit frag or 2. And indeed, it will be 8-1 for Luminosity. There's not much Kadian can do either way. He thought there might still be a player on the side, but no, he already passed you, my man. Indeed, 8-1. Luminosity in a good, strong early lead. I was just about to say, I do believe we have a pause coming in. Well, the good thing about this, you know, a bit of delay from, well, first of all, I'm watching on GoTV, so there's a bit of delay on that. Second of all, there's a bit of delay from you know, me watching it and saying it to you guys receiving it. Yeah, the admins, they keep us up to date with all of the pauses and all that stuff. And this is a tactical pause from Rogue. Which, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Let's put it like that. Especially when you think about their economy at this point. Their economy is a bit destroyed here. Cadian, he's got the AWP, he's got the armor, he's got all that. And he's got 4,000 to spare. He could drop one, but even if he does, there's still not going to be that much money to work with here for Rogue. So I think they're making the right choice here, saying, okay, let's go for a full eco, see what we get out of it. Let's all, you know, try and cover Cadian, make sure that he can get a kill, maybe. Just protect him, so to speak. That's exactly what they're gonna do. At least try to, and it works out great. Cadian finds the opening on Cello. Should allow for a weapon to be picked up at some parts in the game. I see we got the always lovely Muck Garden in the chat. Shout out. Apparently I'm going on a shopping spree with Miss Hiko Mom and Muck Garden when I travel to Vegas. At least that's what they're telling me. I'm not entirely sure if they're trolling or not. I can't tell because I've been streaming for too long, so I think everyone is trolling. Really a blessing and a curse at the same time, I suppose. Nikis has gotten a kill on Wrath, but it's a 4-on-4 situation here. Cadian's still alive with the AWP. PKL finds the kill on Vice. Shinobi on the back of A side still. He's gonna go down to PKL as well. Now it's all on Hiko and Cadian. They're gonna try and see if they can hold on to this AWP on Cadian. Hiko gonna do his very best to keep his teammate alive. Cadian, good angle here. We'll find the kill on PKL. Obviously, Rogue, they don't have the information that I do. They don't know where the rest of Luminosity are. Otherwise, they would have tried to pick up a weapon here. Hiko decides to go a bit aggressive, and Cadian is actually going to go down. That's the absolute worst outcome possible. Cadian falls right before the round is over. That's tough. He's still gonna have enough money to buy that AWP again, but had he held on to it, he would have been able to drop a weapon for Vice, so he wasn't sitting on an SMG. Good aggression here from Vice and Hiko. Finding the kill on Showtime, picking up an AK-47. This might be exactly the start that Rogue needs to pick up another round. It's a bit too early to say that, and regardless, they are in an 8-round deficit, so they need a bit more than just one round to get back into the action, but would be a start at least. They'll be taking a bit of damage from that wall bang through the squeaky door on A. See some of you guys in the chat asking, is this Jeets? Yes, it is, indeed. Obviously, it's kind of tough for me to address most of you guys by your regular names, seeing as we are on YouTube right now. Normally, we are on Twitch, or at least I am. Which is where most of you guys know me from. Shinobi. Gonna try for the defuse. Decides to peek out at the exact right time. Finds Nekis. And finally another round on the board here for Rogue. Second round. But as mentioned, Luminosity, they've already won the half. The big question is, well, how many more rounds are they gonna get before Rogue gets a few more? I would like to see Rogue get... I think 4 rounds is like... It's probably the maximum that they're gonna get out of this first half. Luminosity have just been looking stronger in general. Cadian, he opens up nicely though. Takes care of Yell, but in the meantime, Cello, he finds one on Hiko over towards Checkers on B. And B is more or less open at this point. Wrath taking a bit of damage from the Molly in heaven. Decides to peek out, and his timing is not great. Could have definitely gotten one here on Cello. Wrath goes down. Instead, 3-on-3 situation, 2 players over towards Vents. Cadian, the bottom of CT, Showtime, he spots one. He does manage to find both of them completely blinded. Vice and Shinobi both goes down, and Cadian. This ought to be tough. Cadian has managed to find one on Cello. Trying for the quick fire. Not gonna be able to hold on to the AWP. Nekes will finally take him down. Economical reset for Rogue. It's not looking good. And we do have another tactical pause, and again, there's a tactical pause for Rogue. It makes sense. But it shouldn't be that long of a tactical pause, at least according to the admins on ESL. But a tough start here for the boys on Rogue. Again, it is a best of 2, but it's kind of strange. They call it a best of 2, but like, each map count as their individual match, pretty much, at least in terms of scoring, in terms of you know, match pages on HLTV, on ESL, and all this stuff. So I'm not entirely sure why they technically classify it as a best of 2. Cello, that's some beautiful entries towards the middle. The first kill was absolutely magnificent. Just shoulder peeking, tapping away, down towards White Box in middle. Finds a beautiful headshot and gets 2 more beautiful headshots. He's sitting on just 1 HP, but he's still alive. Still a danger. Vice around the corner using the AWP as a shutty. Works out fine. Cello will catch him as Vice thought that he was safe. Wasn't the case. Cello, quick quad kill for the round. All of the kills being headshots. Quite remarkable. A beautiful round here from Cello. Going to be a more or less a full eco here for Rogue. As you can see, Vice does have the flashbang, and he's patiently waiting for Luminosity to go aggressive. Quite an interesting lineup here for Rogue. They sort of sacrifice one player, and now Vice is just waiting for some information. But in the meantime, Yell, he's just pushing through. He doesn't even care. He's just absolutely wrecking them. I don't even think that Vice got to use his flashbang. Just like that, Cadian gets taken down as well. PKL did lose his life, but that's about all Rogue are gonna get from that round. Just like that, we are gonna go into the final round of first half here for Rogue versus Luminosity on Cash. Like the fact that over in the YouTube chat we have a guy called My Funeral, and he posted sad story. I guess that's only fitting. This is interesting. Cello pushed out through the smoke while one of the rogue players, I believe that was Wrath, pushed through the smoke. I take that back. Two of the rogue players pushed through the smoke at the same time as Cello pushed in towards the A-bomb site. You rarely see it, but when you do, it's so comical. Vice left alone, he's gonna go down as well. 4 players surviving yet again. Luminosity absolutely demolishing a rogue here in the first half of Cash. We are gonna head to a short commercial break. When we return, it will be with the second pistol, the second half in this, well, here on Cash, I suppose, in the first map of this best of 2. Yeah, as mentioned, a short shout out to our sponsors. We'll be back shortly.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Now we are just waiting for both teams to ready up. As soon as they've done that, we'll get the second half started. Luminosity already in a comfortable lead. I think that's safe to say without stepping on anyone's feet. And if they manage to pick up this pistol, this could be over very shortly. Very quickly, before we get started with the second half here between Luminosity Gaming and Rogue, let me give a special shout out to those of you guys watching this game tonight. It is a nice Saturday evening, or Saturday night in my case. We're getting quite close to 3 AM here in Europe. But to all of you guys who are watching the game, thank you so much for tuning in. You could be out drinking, you could be, you know, having family dinner, or I don't know what time it is around the world, obviously, but you could be doing pretty much anything at this point. You decide to chill out with me, Luminosity, Rogue, and the rest of the guys in the chat watching some great CS. Granted, it's not the prettiest CS right now, but hopefully that will change. Rogue going for some aggression over towards B at first, but changing it up quickly, falling back towards A. There was only one defender on A. This is an interesting plant. Very interesting plant. I don't think I've ever seen that position for a bomb plant before, to be completely honest with you. KDM peeking out, dinging one of the players, Wrath chiming in, but Yell, he's not done. He finds 2 of his own, looking for even more. We'll get the 3rd as well, all headshots. Yell trying to do everything on his own, and he needs to do exactly that, but Vice, with a triple kill, will shut him down. And the dreams that Luminosity had of this being an easy game, now it opens up for a bit of a chance of Rogue getting back into this. there's still a long way to go. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it too much. There's a long way to go, but let's keep the banner high, shall we? Yell. Absolutely disgusting player. Shows it time and time again. Double headshot with the Deagle, or Juan Deeks as we like to call him. A triple Deagle kill because why not? And all of a sudden it's down to a 2-on-1 situation with Yell doing every single thing he can to secure a round for Luminosity. Showtime gonna be all alone. 1-on-2 situation. Almost connecting here on Shinobi, but not quite. I guess at this point, it's where I ask you guys to show your colors in the chat. Who are you rooting for? Hashtag Rogue or hashtag LG in the chat to let me know who you're rooting for in this match. Yell, can you stop, please? He's not even top fragging on LG. He's just been absolutely insane in the past couple of rounds. He's a beast, though. He is left alone in a... Well, he was in a 1-on-5 situation, made it into a 1-on-4. He still needs to find some more to salvage just a little bit. Potentially picking up a weapon would do exactly that. Yeah, more or less mission impossible. I say that. Still, he managed to connect on Hiko. Long distance 1D. Wrath jumping around the corner with a Mach 10 takes care of Yell. A 5th round on the board for Rogue. 13-5. There's a bit of a better chance of Rogue getting back into it. But again, still an 8-round deficit here for Rogue. Need more or less a miracle at this point. I just have information that Energy 16-0'd Immortals. But I also had information before that Immortals were playing on a, what was it, 140 ping or something like that. Luminosity picking up this round in strong fashion, not losing a single player, 14-5. 2 more rounds and Luminosity will take the victory. Very important 3 points against Rogue here on cash. Yell finds one, but Cadian with the double. Cadian taking a good amount of damage here, getting dinged on one of the final bullets that PKL managed to fire. It's down to just 11 HP. Bit of a split here from Luminosity with 2 players up close towards the A-bomb site. Only 1 defender on B. That's Showtime. He needs to come up massive. Because as you can see, 4 of the Rogue players, they are going to try and make their way closer towards that B-bomb site. In case any of you guys were wondering, we are going to be starting all of the games at the same time. So for the second map, we're going to be waiting for every single first map to finish. All of the games going on at the same time. Let's get back to this game because it turned out a little bit more interesting than I originally thought it would be. Cello and Showtime finding one each. Nick is moving closer towards the side. Hiko will shut him down. Now they know... What is Hiko still looking at? They knew a nade just got thrown from upper B. There was no reason for Hiko to check towards vents there. But I guess a bit of miscommunication or something, perhaps. Either way, Rogue, they pick up the 6th round on the board. Luminosity Gaming, their economy is not great, but they're still going to go for a false buy. For this round, a bit of aggression here from Luminosity towards middle. Let's see where Nekis is actually positioned. Right under boost. Patiently waiting for any aggression out towards middle. We do have Cello on the backside of Checkers as well. For the time being, it looks like Luminosity think it's going to be an A hit. Rogue, they haven't really decided for anything just yet. They're patiently waiting for any aggression here from Luminosity. They'll be thinking, no, they might be going for a counter boost. Not enough players towards middle to do that. Nekis getting pushed out of his position by that Molly. Needs to go for a bit of aggression. Finds 1 kill on Wrath. A quick trade coming in from Hiko. We're stuck on Nekis for some weird reason. Now Shinobi, the rest of Rogue, they are going to try and make their way in towards the B bomb site. Quick rotation coming in from Luminosity though, as they've already pushed A main. They know it's not going to be A. And there's only one defender on the side of B, that's Cello. Now quick rotation as mentioned. Yell, he pushes through the smoke and goes down as well. Hiko ready for a second man through that smoke. That's showtime. He goes down. But PKL with a double kill finds Hiko and Vice. 2-on-1 situation. PKL, he needs to quad kill Cadian in checkers. Shinobi over towards headshot. PKL, he's not done, but Cadian with a quick trade. And Rogue finding the 7th round on the ball. And yes, indeed, Immortals got absolutely demolished. 16-0. You hate to see it. Cadian goes for the aggression. Showtime already dealt a bit of damage towards Cello. And Wrath will take him down finally. PKL going for a bit of aggression towards A main. He takes a few bullets. Not enough to take him down just yet, but that was cutting it a bit close here. A bomb will get planted over on the B bomb side. Hiko and Shinobi just waiting for that aggression from PKL. In the meantime, PKL already rotating down towards CT, where Yell is already patiently waiting. Waiting to go aggressive in towards the site. And as soon as he does, Wrath shuts him down. PKL, 7 HP, a Deagle, and a Dream. I don't think it will take that much longer before the Dream will die. He is left alone in a 1-on-4 situation. He's not going to get hunted here. Obviously, that makes sense. There's no reason to hunt, to try and take down a Deagle and potentially lose more players than you need to. Wrath, he goes down to the bomb, and that's a bit of a mishap here for Rogue. Definitely shouldn't have, but all of a sudden it's getting a bit more exciting here. Only, I put that lightly, only 6 rounds apart. Definitely a chance for Rogue to get back into the game here and potentially make a comeback happen. Luminosity, again, it's tough for me to say it, because my heart bleeds for Rogue. Luminosity, they've definitely looked stronger for the first half and a lot of the second half as well for this game. It's not quite over yet. Still time to play with here for Rogue. Eight rounds remaining at maximum. This time around, sorry, Rogue going for a bit of a passive play. Smoke wall towards middle, flash out as well. There's no one home in middle at this point. Covering close, making sure that no one is sitting close by. Instead, it's a 3-man stack up towards A and 2 players on B. Looks like it's going to be a split towards the A-bomb side. Nekis does manage to find one, but a quick trade coming in from Hiko. Wrath, long distance, trying to find Cello as well. Deals a good amount of damage. But we're down to a 2-on-1 situation. Cello should be thinking about potentially saving. He's on 22 HP and Vice in a good position to take him down. Another round on the ball for Rogue. 14-9. It's definitely not done yet. I also have the confirmation that Renegades just beat... Who were they playing against? Let me see if I can find that information. Renegades just beat Liquid 16-4. That was what I was trying to say. A few one-sided matches already. Rogue trying to make sure that they don't join that statistic. Trying their very best to make this at least a bit competitive, at least a bit exciting for us to watch. Was looking incredibly one-sided to start off with, but now Rogue showing teeth. Exactly as we hoped for them to do. This round is a bit interesting. Rogue pretty much just toying around with Luminosity. First, Luminosity have one player, I believe that was Yell, going aggressive towards, or from A, towards the backside of the T-truck. Rogue, they kill him, and the rest of Luminosity rotate over to A, which makes pretty good sense. And obviously, Nekis, PKL, and Showtime. Not much they can do at this point. Not that big of an incentive for them to save either. They should definitely try to get some exit frags at the very least. Gives us a bit of a breather here, a bit of a break to look at the scoreboard. Ooh, okay. Yes. Hiko is back. I'm a bit sad that I had the scoreboard up right there. That was absolutely ridiculous. That was disgusting. In case you guys missed it, Hiko just one-tapped the player from the backside of Sunroom in towards Useless through a smoke. We do have a technical pause here by Luminosity Gaming. They are complaining about lag issues, and as you can see, every single player, their pings just jump from 50 to 100 in the matter of seconds. Hopefully they can get that fixed. They are playing from the iBuyPower Masters tournament right now. iBuyPower Masters were so nice to do a bit of a delay in their tournament so we could play the ESL Pro League matches. Very, very nice of them to take that into consideration. There are so many tournaments going on at pretty much every point of the year that it's more or less impossible to not to run into other tournaments when you're organizing your own. They are trying to get this one fixed as soon as possible. We have a decent amount of Brazilians in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Now this is merely a request, but obviously I would appreciate if you could keep the chat in English. It makes it a bit more interesting for me to watch it as well. Makes it easier for me to interact with you guys, but obviously, just a request. And no, it's not a DDoS. As I mentioned, Luminosity Gaming, they are playing from iBuyPower Masters, from their venue. They're playing from a LAN tournament right now. So it must be the entire LAN tournament having some issues. No, don't worry. It's not DDoS. Just calm down. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. (14-10). And again, as mentioned, we do have this tech pause. That gives me a bit of a chance to look over the scoreboard and the current standing in the group play of ESL Pro League. So Optic and SK, they've both played both of their matches because SK were traveling. Because they were traveling, I believe they were going to Oakland, if I'm not completely mistaken. Because they were traveling, they were all sitting on a plane. Obviously, they couldn't play their matches tonight. And therefore, SK forfeited their matches against Optic. I believe Optic were actually not traveling, but SK were for sure. So SK forfeited their matches against Optic. Doesn't really matter too much for the standing. It means that Optic got first place in the groups, or in ESL Pro League, I suppose, and SK got second place, which is gonna have a bit of an impact on the seeding for the LAN finals in Odense. Liquid, Energy, Immortals, and Renegades, they all played their first of 2 maps for tonight. So the current standing is we got Optic already at the LAN finals pretty much. SK already at the LAN finals. Liquid. Is there any chance? I don't think there is. It's time to do the math. Okay, Liquid, they're secured a spot as well. At the very least. Even if Liquid lose both of their games, they're still secured a spot at the LAN finals. So Energy, they already played one of their games, and they're not secure yet. Misfits, CLG, not secure yet. Misfits and CLG, they haven't finished any of their games tonight. Cloud9, Luminosity, and Renegades, they're all fighting. Well, I guess Energy, Misfits, CLG, Cloud9, Luminosity, and Renegades, they're fighting for the final 3 spots for the LAN finals in Odense. Those are the current standings. Rogue, they cannot move up or down in the I guess the scoreboard. I guess what do you call that? I don't know what to call that. The standings, the current standings, they cannot move up, they cannot move down. They're stuck on 12th place, which means that they're going to be fighting in a relegation match, I believe. I mean, against either Splice Immortals or Complexity, depending on how the matches pan out tonight. Just have information that Complexity just won their game 16-11. In case any of you guys want to follow along on the live table, the live standings in ESL Pro League, you can go over to hltv.org. You can click on any of the matches getting played right now. You can click on this match, Luminosity versus Rogue. Right under the time and the date, there's a blue text saying ESL Pro League Season 6 North America. If you click on that, we'll take you to the table, to the current standings in the Pro League. Just set it to refresh. You can I have a nice little auto refresh add-on to Chrome, so you can set it to refresh every 5 minutes, and you'll have, you know, HLTV on it. They're doing work tonight, so you'll have the updated standings all the time. It's pretty great. I believe I've said a few times that Rogue were on 12th place. Obviously, they're on 13th place. They're on second last place out of 14 teams, which means 13. I was warned about this. Never math and stream. But guess I just don't learn my lesson. Seems like the pings are settling down just a bit here for Luminosity. Hopefully we can get this one back on the road soon enough. See some of you guys in the chat asking who picked what map. The maps are predetermined. I'm not entirely sure how it works, to be completely honest with you, but I believe it's in the same manner that ESL Mountain Dew League works, where, you know, the maps are predetermined and they're gonna push these maps, like this week it's this map, this week it's another map, trying to get all the maps played 2 times per team, or at least close to that. I believe that's how it works. And yes, this is indeed the final match day for the online portion of ESL Pro League Season 6. We still got the LAN finals in Odense. That's going to be happening in the... Just checking up on this the other day. Let me just make sure I don't give you wrong information. Let me find the info right here. From the 5th to the 10th of December in Odense, with the, I believe, the group play starting on the 5th. Then we probably have a media day on the 7th or something like that, a day off, so to speak, a buffer day, whatever you want to call it. And then on the 8th to the 10th, we got the grand final. Let's see if we can get some information about the Rogue versus LG game here from the admins. See if we can figure this out. Their ping is somewhat stable between 60 and 80, I suppose. Right in the 70 to 80 mark right now, actually. So their pings are more or less stable, and I mean, obviously they want as good pings as possible. They know that this game matter, and it seems like it's jumping up a little bit again. A bit unfortunate, but hopefully we can get this one started again soon. And yeah, indeed, iBuyPower Arena is lacking. All the matches at the arena are paused at the moment. Got intel from the admins. That means that this game is paused, and well, that actually means that a lot of the games are paused, right? Let me just let my fellow casters, my colleagues over on the other streams know. So they know what's going on as well. But yeah, all of the matches, or all of the teams playing from iBuyPower Masters Arena, all of their matches have been paused here for ESL Pro League, as they're all having issues with their ping, obviously, because they're playing from the same, you know, the same location, the same internet. And the arena apparently are having issues with their internet. So hopefully we can get it fixed somewhat soon. I think in the meantime I don't have too much more to say. So I'll throw it on to a commercial break instead. I'll see you guys as soon as this match starts up again.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
That didn't take as long as I thought it would. Luckily enough, we are finally gonna go live. A bit of an extended break there, and a bit unfortunate, especially seeing as it's getting quite late here in Europe. Saw an interesting question in the chat, like how many teams will be kicked out of Pro League? So the bottom team, the very bottom team, on 14th place, they will be relegated down to Mountain Dew League. 13th and 12th place in ESL Pro League will have a relegation match, I believe they call it. Which means that they will, you know, play to figure out who is going to be demoted, I suppose you can call it, down to MDL. And who's going to be staying in the Pro League. Yell and PKL on the retake towards the B-bomb site. Cadian trying to deny it. Just managed to find one. Oh, the flashbang. That's absolutely perfect. Yell. Oh, Yell, he gets it. But no time, no kit. 14 to 11. Rogue already with a pretty good comeback. Six rounds in a row. Trying to make that even more. Trying to make this comeback less of a dream and more of a reality. Eco. A nice kill there on Neckers. Cello finds Cadian. Vice has taken a good amount of damage as well. He's down to just 3 HP. Final two players here from LG over towards the A-bomb side. And Rogue, it seems like, well, not necessarily aware about it, but it seems like they have the right idea here at least. Hiko, he finds the kill on Showtime. Just like that, PKL on his lonesome. Trying to hold on to the AWP. That's going to be a tough task for him as... oh, potentially. Hiko is still chilling in middle. Patiently waiting, it seems like. PKL, as mentioned, just trying to hold on to the AWP. And he might be successful in that as he's making his way back towards Squeaky on A. Rogue, they could, you know, push two guys and try to find the try to find the weapon, and I think that's exactly what they're gonna do. But they need to be careful not to lose too much money on this one. PKL missing the first shot, going for the repeat. He needs to go for the repeat at least. And missing that as well, and Vice will take him down. All 4 players surviving for Rogue. 12th round on the board. I just realized that I'm quite literally on the edge of my seat. That should be fixed now. Well, that's just a bit of a telling story that this match is actually turning a bit exciting at this point. I'm happy that it is. It wasn't looking great. I think that's a bit of an understatement. 13-2 was the halftime score. Rogue definitely managing to pull it back and make it look interesting. And apparently Cash is just a very heavy T-sided map now. I didn't realize that. This time around, LG Luminosity with the double op setup. Good amount of utility as well. They have everything they need to shut down this aggression from Rogue whenever it comes their way. Mollies, smokes, flashes in towards the A-bomb site. There's only one defender directly on the side, but he's in such a good position. That's PKL. The fence portion of the site was not completely mollied. Nekis, he finds the final 2. PKL and Nekis to save the day. Luminosity Gaming finding a match point on Cash. 15-12. Rogue, they need 3 rounds in a row to bring this into overtime and have a chance of, it's not really 3 important points for them, but to potentially shut down those 3 incredibly important points for Luminosity. I love these wall bangs in middle. They always look so interesting. But it's also an incredibly common angle to wall bang, so there's... I mean, it's just fun to watch. It's just... always gets you a little bit excited, like, what was that? And then you realize, oh well, it's just tracers and common wall bang spot, and... still a little bit exciting. Molly to cover off B main. Still obviously enough money here for Rogue to buy anything they want. They do have full AKs with 1 AWP and Cadian. Up close is going to be Cello. Oh, Wrath with the quick reaction. Cello falls, Yell in checkers. They are somewhat aware about his position. Nekis already on the upper push. The rotation. Flash and a smoke down towards lower. PKL on upper as well. Now that smoke on upper is not great. PKL can peek in towards this site very easily. Shinobi just patiently waiting on the side itself. Hiko and Rogue. Hiko and Cadian. Yes, Hiko and Rogue. But Hiko and Cadian towards B main. They shouldn't go for the peaks here. They should play this patient play instead. That is exactly what they need to do. And Hiko will pick the final 2. PKL and Nekis goes down. And Rogue, they're not done fighting just yet. 15-13. That could have been incredibly dangerous for Rogue. Hiko and Cadian were peeking at the exact same time, and both of them could have gone down. So the player in heaven, when they realized it was probably not the smartest decision, they decided to go for the patience play instead. It turned out great. Wrath finding the first here on Nekis. It is a low buy for Luminosity, saving whatever they got for the very last round of this match, or at least normal time and regulation. 3-on-2 situation, Cello getting boosted, dealing a good amount of damage, taking down Cadian on the back, on the flank, Showtime on the flank as well. 2-on-2 situation. Hiko, we've seen him in these positions so many times, and more or less every single time it feels like he managed to clutch the situation. Shinobi burning, he will go down. Jello moving in close towards the side. Hiko in such a strong position. Look at this, Hiko with the patience play. He almost messed it up, but he managed to secure it either way. Just hiding in NBK corner over by the fence, letting them pass him. That makes me so happy to see. I'll admit, I absolutely love it when a player got so much trigger discipline. He knows both of the players are going to be attacking from A main. He heard both of them shoot from A main. And if the first player doesn't peek the angle, there's a decent chance that the second player won't either. Beautiful stuff from Hiko. The big question now is, will Luminosity Gaming be able to close this one out? 16-14, or will Rogue make this unlikely comeback a reality and take us into overtime? It was 13-2 T-half for Luminosity. Rogue trying to do the exact same on their T side now. And Luminosity, they left a bomb site completely open. I don't see it that often. And it doesn't make much sense, especially in such an important round. Now, the reasoning behind it is that Yell was pushed in squeaky. He does manage to find one. Cello finds one of his own as well. Wrath gets the kill on Yell. And Cello finds Wrath. Vice and Cadian. Cadian finds one. Vice now in a 1-on-3. Makes it into a 1-on-2. Showtime takes him down. Nekis. There's no time. Is there? Oh my god. Oh my god. We're going to overtime. That couldn't have been any closer. Wow. I'm quite literally speechless. I have no idea what to say. Ridiculous. 15-15, we are gonna head into overtime. I believe it's MR3 16k if I'm not completely mistaken. I used to love this format, but I would rather see MR3 10k for my personal pleasure. Is a bit too much, but my reasoning behind that is MR3 16k, you can buy pretty much whatever you want every single round. You don't really have to worry about your economy at all, but that also goes to you know, the best team winning. PKL and Yell works out pretty well. Hiko left alone, 1-on-2 situation. Nekis up close and personal. Hiko takes him down, finds the bomb. Can he get the plant? He should be able to do exactly that. And Cello already fairly close towards the side, and Cello will shut him down. 16 to 15. Luminosity picks up the first round in overtime. See someone in the chat saying 14 to 7 to 15-15. No. 13-2 in favor of Luminosity to 15-15. I think that's more impressive, to be completely honest with you. Nekis finds the initial on Cadian out towards middle. In the meantime, again, Luminosity leaving A bomb side more or less completely open. They do have PKL from the top of highway, slowly peeking towards it. Yell with that Scar 20, absolutely deadly. It's such a disgusting weapon. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much, you know, finesse to play that weapon. But I mean, it's still, you know, it's a part of the game. I'm not gonna be one of those guys saying auto noob or P90 noob or silver plays or whatever. But let's be real, it doesn't take much skill to play the Scar 20. It's just holding an angle and spraying and praying through smokes and stuff, and it absolutely tears apart your opponents. That being said, it's part of the game. 17 to 15 Luminosity. We need 2 more rounds to secure this overtime victory. And remember, overtime victory only gives you 2 points. The Rogue have already taken 1 point, 1 potential point away from Luminosity Gaming by taking this into overtime. An overtime loss gives you 1 point, where a normal loss gives you 0. Time with the AWP on the backside of B. He finds one Hiko with the trade. Wrath finds one of his own. Cadian gets the trade on Nekis, but there's still 1 player on site, and there's absolutely no way Cadian will notice. PKL sitting close towards the site. Hiko left alone. 1 on 2. The clutch master himself. Mission impossible. This is where I need my soundboard. I don't have one. Yanko, please. Yell. Gets the final kill. Yet another kill with the Scar 20. 18 to 15. A clean overtime half here for Luminosity. They are going to be changing sides, and Rogue, they're now going to be on CT. We are back live, and so am I. Just had a sip of my energy drink. As mentioned, it is 3:30 AM here in Europe. It's getting a bit late. Did get a nap yesterday, so should be good to go for the second map coming up right after this one as well. But once again, I want to quickly thank all of you guys for tuning in. It's already been an absolute pleasure. You guys have been absolutely great in the chat. A lot of affirming messages. Appreciate it a lot. I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend. Showtime. That's a nasty kill on Vice. Cadian goes down to Nekis as well. And all of a sudden, already it's a 5-on-3 situation. Luminosity sitting on 3 match points. Wrath does manage to find 1 on Cello. Shinobi moving up closer towards the A-bomb site. Rushing through the smoke, finds one, trying to find some more, but he's not going to be able to do so. PKL shuts him down and Hiko left alone. He is the clutch king. I've said it before, I'll say it again, but already taken down. Luminosity takes the victory 19-15 over Rogue here on Cash. Coming up next, it will be Inferno. Before that, a short break. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Be focused. Be uncompromising. Be the best and never hold out. Pick your event. Place your bet. No matter who you are or what you're here for, it's our passion that unites us. Betway, for the love of the game.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
so alive. I've never felt this way before. It must be you and I. It's got me thinking about us more. It's these bright lights that put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage. It's your future vibes. Bright lights that put me in a trance, so I feel like I can do it all. It's a good life that I really want. It's those future vibes. I got those future vibes.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome back to the final, the absolute final voice crack from me, hopefully, and also the absolute final game of the ESL Pro League online play. Right after this game, we'll know if Luminosity will be able to make it through to the LAN finals in Odense. As you can see already, and I think most of you guys already know, but in case you didn't, Rogue versus Luminosity. We are going live here on Inferno. Rogue are going to be starting on CT side. Let me catch you guys up on what happened on the first map. First map was cash. Luminosity started on T side. Just as they do here. Luminosity, they were balling from the start, I suppose. Absolutely demolishing Rogue in the first half. A quick 13-2 in favor of Luminosity. But Rogue, they brought it back, took us into overtime, and Luminosity Gaming managed to secure the victory 19-15. Now we're heading to Inferno, as mentioned. Rogue on CT side. Getting the first kill and dealing a good amount of damage on Yell as well. In the meantime, the rest of Luminosity, they're gonna swing back towards the B-bomb side. Shinobi finding PKL with a nice nade throw. Chillo will get the trade. Vice and Cadian, they find one each. Mech is trying to get Clever through the smoke, but that's only gonna end up costing him his life. Luminosity Gaming, they do manage to secure the bomb plant. A quick retake here from Rogue. 4 players staying alive and a quick defuse. Rogue picking up the pistol. I've mentioned it a few times, but I'll gladly mention it again in case any of you guys are new to the stream, new to the matches, or new to this whole ESL Pro League type of stuff. This match doesn't really matter too much for Rogue in the sense that they cannot qualify for the LAN finals either way. And they cannot move up a spot, they cannot move down a spot in the Pro League standings currently. So either way, they're gonna be on that 13th place in the current standings of ESL Pro League. Which also means that they're gonna be entering a relegation match later on to figure out who's gonna stay in Pro League and who's gonna get demoted, so to speak, down to Mountain Dew League. Well, Luminosity, they got it all to fight for. They still do. Let me check up on that real fast. Luminosity currently right under the line. If they take the victory here and CLG lose, then Luminosity will make it into ESL Pro League. But they need CLG to lose, and they need to take the victory themselves. Also, I don't think it can be another overtime victory. If that happens, both are going to be on 42 points, and then a tiebreaker comes into play. But I'm not entirely sure what the tiebreaker is. I'll keep you guys updated on that, if that ends up happening. Quick 2-0 here for Rogue, but a nice round for, at least a nice start to the round here for Luminosity. It's Nekis and Cello. They rush up Arch, and the A-bomb side is completely open. So Wrath and Vice goes down. The rest of Rogue, they're going to fall back towards B. See if they can hold on to their weapons for the upcoming round. And I definitely think that's the smartest choice. See a few of you guys in the chat asking, who am I? My name is Jeets. I'm a, I guess, semi-professional caster at this point. ESL hired me to cover these matches for you. And, I'm more than happy to do that. I love casting. I've been doing a lot of coaching recently, so I haven't really been focusing on casting for the past, I guess, the past month, maybe 2 months, something like that. But I'm back. I'm back, and I'm ready for action. Seems like Rogue are ready for action as well, so they already managed to make an incredible, almost impossible comeback become a reality on the first map. They took it into overtime after a 13-2 defeat in the first half. Luminosity picking up the third round of this one. There's still going to be enough money for Rogue to buy up completely. SMG on KDN and Vice, but other than that, 3 M4s and plenty of utility as well. KDN in a good position on the porch. He does manage to find one, but a quick trade coming in. Vice and KDN goes down. Wrath is still here, does manage to find one. Moves his way back towards the apps. Bomb will get planted by Nekis on the back of site. More or less the middle of the site, actually. Pretty good positions, after plan positions here from Luminosity, but Shinobi peeking out at the right time. He finds the kill on Yell. Nekis needs to be careful. His position is known, but PKL and Nekis, they find one each. And now he killed the Clutch Master, left alone in a 1-on-2. He does have a kit, but he needs to hurry up if he wants this to work. And there's no more time to work with. Hiko forced to try and retrieve. Nekis moving into library. Hiko finds the kill on PKL. And he's gonna die to the bomb. The bomb was planted on the back of site, up close towards the backside wall, so to speak. And obviously from that position, there's not that... No, he wasn't that far away from the bomb. So he is gonna go down to it. 2-2, Luminosity giving a quick round here, and this is interesting. Cadian going for an AWP force buy, while the rest of the team don't really buy anything. Cadian goes down without a fight. Shinobi picking up the AWP. Interesting decision. I must admit, I'm not a fan. See someone in the chat making it easy for me to plug my social media, asking for my Twitter handle. It is official_GIETE. I would love if some of you guys would head over there and hit me up with a follow. It would mean the world to me. Should be a fairly easy round here for Luminosity. They've already lost one player in Yell. He went for the aggression. He took down the player boosted on CT, but Eco in a good position up the self-boost on site. Shinobi in a good position with the AWP. Finds one on PKL. Peeks out for even more. Will find this second as well. Showtime goes down. Needs to be careful here. It's going to get chased. At least a little bit. Cello goes for the plant. Default plant. Shinobi trying for the wallbang. Not quite connecting the shots. Nekis good positioning, finds the kill on Wrath. Shinobi peeking in. Oof. Timing is not in his favor. Tries to peek out once again, but Cello in good position. Bit of an off angle there, and Shinobi goes down 3-2 for Luminosity. As mentioned, a bit of a weird buy there for Cadian. I'm not entirely sure what that was all about. That being said, I mean, Cadian didn't get anything out of it, but Shinobi managed to put it to good use. He got a double kill with the AWP, and he could fund one of his own, so could have been an interesting match here, or an interesting round at least. A bit unfortunate that it didn't really pan out better for Rogue. Now Cadian is going to be left on only an upgraded pistol with a bit of utility as well, but that's going to be it. Ravs decides to go for some aggression here in B apps, or sorry, yeah, A apps is what I'm trying to say, or apps in general. I think that's what we're going to call them. Just managed to find the kill on Showtime. In the meantime, the rest of Luminosity Gaming, they're slowly making their way over towards B. The bomb is dropped at the bottom of Banana as well. As you can see on the minimap, we got Shinobi and Hiko patiently waiting for a push. Good defensive setup here for Rogue. Vice, first point of contact for both Short and Arch. Again, a quick look to the minimap will show that it does look like Luminosity are setting up for a B hit. And indeed they are. Smokes and flashes in towards the side. Nekis does manage to find one Geeko. And PKL, good transfer there. Obviously a bit lucky as Geeko was sitting right in the smoke. Luck counts as well. Wrath dealing a bit of damage towards Yell on the back of side over by what we typically call new bucks. The nade, that's going to deal a good amount of damage as well. No more nades in play. They don't have a kit, so they need to be somewhat quick about this. Yell goes for the peek down towards CT, and he peeks out towards Construction and finds the double. PKL with the final kill on Vice. 4-2 to Luminosity, off to a good start on the T side of Inferno. Goes without saying, this round is going to be tough for Rogue, seeing as you don't have any Kevlar or anything like that. They do have a few smokes, they do have single flash, but they peek out and they get absolutely demolished by PKL and Yell. PKL with a double spray down, Yell finds one with the AWP, and now it's all on Shinobi and Cadian. Cadian still over towards that B bomb side with his USP, but to be honest, not much he can do about this one. Shinobi still chilling over towards A. PKL, yet another kill. It's the triple for the round. As he finds Cadian down towards CT, and Shinobi still sitting on that A-bomb side, just chilling for the time being, I suppose. I guess trying to save a P250 and a smoke. Not that it matters too much, but it's also it's always nice, you know, to try and keep those 300 for the smoke. It's more than likely not going to be able to use the P250 anyways in the upcoming round, and well, even with that being said, I don't think it's very likely that he'll be able to hold on to this P250 and the smoke. Does deal a bit of damage here. Will find one, but a quick trade coming in from Yell. And indeed, he does manage to at least get the 300 back from either the smoke or the P250. The other 300 are lost. Doesn't matter too much, as you can see on the left-hand side, Rogue with complete buy, plenty of utility this time around. Every single player going for the Kevlar rather than the head armor makes perfect sense. They know that every single Luminosity player either has an AK or an AWP. Rogue, they do have an all of their own as well. Cadian playing the AWP. Deciding to go for... well, holding the angle down towards Banana, or down towards what we used to call car. Now, I don't know what to call it anymore. I think most people still call it car. Wrath taking a good amount of damage from that molly. Vice getting absolutely blinded. Lit up, so to speak. Hiko finds one. Quick trade coming in from Cello. Showtime finds one as well. He takes incredible amounts of damage, but he still managed to get the second. Gideon. Oh, that's a beautiful peek. Yell goes down, and all of a sudden it's a 2-on-2 situation, but Shinobi, he needs to be careful as Cello is already in a good position up close towards that smoke. Shinobi falls as his feet, or I guess his shadow got spotted. Gideon gonna be all alone, trying to hold on to the AWP. Far too familiar situation for him. We saw that on Cash time and time again. On Cash, he wasn't able to hold on to it. Hopefully he has a bit more luck here on Inferno. Indeed he will. Again, there's still not that much money to work with here for Rogue. It seems like they're actually thinking about not going for a force buy. We've seen a lot of force buy, and you could definitely justify a force buy with that amount of money. But they'd rather have the utility, and utility is so incredibly important on a map like Inferno, so it makes perfect sense what they're doing here. That being said, they need to get some rounds on the board, 6-2 in favor of Luminosity Gaming, and Rogue, even though the game doesn't matter too much for them in the sense that, you know, their spot is pretty much locked. Well, it is actually locked in the Pro League standings currently. They cannot move up anymore. They cannot move down anymore. So yeah, they're completely locked in the Pro League. But they could potentially do something about Luminosity's chances. See some of you guys already hitting me up with a follow over on Twitter. Thank you so much for doing so. So those of you who haven't already, you can find all my social links down below the right-hand side team. There's a little image that keeps changing. That's all my social handles. You're more than welcome to check me out on any of those medias, if you feel like it, obviously. Just trying to do a little bit of self-promotion. Wrath. Good aggression. Good angle. Cello goes down. Neck is up close towards middle. He decides to go for the chase, and the timing is absolutely brilliant. Vice and Wrath both goes down. Shinobi with a pop flash. Yell falls, and he's alone towards B with the bomb. Why? What?
Counter-terrorists win.
Why would you ever do that? If time is so low, why is the bomb alone on B when you haven't gotten a single kill towards B? I'm so confused. Definitely a massive misplay here for Luminosity, but I've said it before, I'll gladly say it. Ooh. Idiot. That's pretty. I've said it before, I'll gladly say it again. I'm a massive fan of Rogue. I've been a massive fan of Hiko ever since I met him the first time. He's so humble, so incredibly nice. Both feet like solid planted on the ground. He's just a really, really good human being. And because of that, he is by far my favorite pro player of all time. So I might be a bit biased here, but trying to make a fair assessment either way. Very quickly, I've promised you guys that I'll keep you up to date with the other matches going on right now. As mentioned, Luminosity, they need to win this game, and CLG cannot win their game for Luminosity to have a chance to qualify for ESL Pro League Finals in Odense. And right now, CLG are behind 7-2 against Splice. Cadian finds yet another. It's down to a 1-on-4 situation. Wrath with a wild spray down connects on Cello and on Yell. And just like that, fourth round on the board for Rogue, 6-4. Luminosity still in the lead, but the question is for how much longer? They still got plenty of money to buy up again. That's not going to be an issue for them. But Rogue starting to work on their own economy. Already a better first half than they had on cash. Fast aggression towards the A-bomb side here from Luminosity. Cadian does manage to find one, but Cello, quick trade coming in from him. Taking a lot of damage here, and he should definitely go down to that. He's still sitting on just 2 HP, but Showtime and PKL find one each. Hiko, random spray down. It works time and time again. Cello falls. Hiko looking for yet another frag. 2-on-3 situation here, favoring Luminosity Gaming yet again. Yell, oh, the timing is perfect as Hiko peeks down towards middle. Yell finds the kill on him. Will get the final kill of the round as well. That's a double for Yell. Showtime, PKL, and Cello all getting one of their own. 7-4, but still enough money here for Rogue to buy out once more. Just saw an M4 flying through the air. A Shinobi dropping one for his mate Hiko. 7-4. Mentioned a lot to work for, a lot to play for here for Luminosity Gaming. Ooh, Neckers, he's just spotted Cadian as he decided to move over towards the old car position behind that plywood. Trying to find an angle with that AWP. But Neckers already aggressive on Banana, finding the angle before Cadian even had a chance to react. Already a 5-on-4 situation favoring Luminosity Gaming. Now lining up for smoke over towards Arch. Wrath and Vice going for a bit of aggression towards the apps area. Yo. Going for the peek out middle, trying to find anything at all. This might be a B split, and that's exactly what it looks like, this time at least. Vice needs to warn his teammates. They could already be CT. You need to be careful, guys. If they manage to drop the bomb on Banana, they have a good position here, Rogue, to potentially hold it down. Shinobi finds one on Cello from the back of side. Vice finds one of his own on Yell, but Showtime answers back with a double. Neckis with one of his own. Wrath left alone, 1-on-3, makes it into a 1-on-2, but Showtime, a beautifully timed pop flash, a nice peek, and another round on the ball for Luminosity. That's a bit awkward for Yell, but also incredibly awkward here for Hiko as he actually went down to Yell. Yell trying to go for a bit of early aggression with an early Molotov towards top of mid. Instantly gets dinked, but still managed to get a kill as he was moving back towards Mexipit, I believe most people call it nowadays. Finally enough money for Rogue to buy those M4s yet again. This time around without a kit. That could definitely mean trouble. Wrath taking a lot of damage on the back side of apps. In the meantime, PKL and Yell going for the entries over towards B, and they find one each. Bias will find the kill on Showtime. The bomb is already making its way over towards the B bomb site. Shadow going for a completely open plan. The rest of Rogue trying to hold on to their weapons and to their utility for the upcoming round, which is going to be the final round of this first half. Luminosity already done an absolute great job of shutting Rogue down on their CT side. Luminosity having good success on their T side. It's something I've mentioned a few times. I know not many people agree with me on this one, but I've mentioned a few times that from an analytic point of view, this map should, in theory, be a bit more T-sided. There's a lot of sky walls or sky blocks. What's it called? Skyboxes. There's a lot of skyboxes that were removed, which makes it easier to set up smokes and stuff like that. The biggest problems for the T's is that they need to go for some early aggression to find those angles where they can, you know, set up and execute in towards either B or A. But it's become a bit more troublesome for the CTs to just flush them out on banana with a lot of smokes in quick succession. Ooh, Wrath, that's absolutely disgusting with the C-set 75. Showtime, he'll go down to Cadian, and all of a sudden it's PKL left alone. 1-on-3 situation, and it does look like Rogue will want this final round for the first half, and they will get it. Luminosity still winning the first half 10-5, but Rogue, 5 rounds. We saw what they could do with only 2 on their first half on cash. Now they got more than double that. Gives them a good opportunity to... Oh, potentially. This is just me hoping, really. I do definitely hope that we see Rogue get back into the action and potentially make this map a bit more competitive. I would like to see a map as competitive as the first one turned out to be. Splice with a 12-3 half over CLG. If Splice managed to win that match and Luminosity managed to win this one without it going into overtime, Luminosity will be going to the LAN finals in Odense, whereas CLG will not. A lot to fight for here for Luminosity and Rogue, trying to deny that to their best capabilities. I also saw someone in the chat mentioning that Immortals are going to be relegated. That's not exactly true. It's not far from the truth either. Ghosts are going to be directly relegated to MD or to Mountain Dew League. Rogue, they're going to be going into a relegation match. And that's more than likely going to be versus Immortals. Definitely looks likely. So they're going to be playing a relegation match. The loser of that match will be going to Mountain Dew League. The winner of it will stay in ESL Pro League for the next season. And 10-5 for Luminosity as mentioned for the first half, and now switching sides. Luminosity on CT, Rogue on T. We are gonna get the second pistol started. Good wallbang headshot on towards Showtime, but he returns the favor. Cadian gets booted from the server pretty much. Shut out. Showtime still fighting from pit and finds another kill on Vice. Still alive, surprisingly. Trying to catch some more, but Hiko will finally shut him down with a burst fire on the Glock. Wrath goes for the aggression. Hiko and Shinobi, they fall to Cello and to Yell. Nekis with the final kill for the round, 11-5. Luminosity picking up the pistol. They have a good possibility of, well, potentially making a quick one out of this. I have information that Energy won 16-4 over Immortals. Immortals, I believe, were playing on 140 ping for the entirety of both maps. First map ended 16-0 in favor of Energy, if I'm not completely mistaken. Second map, 16-4. And Immortals, I have information from the caster. Immortals, they got absolutely bodied, and they just played puck style, matchmaking style, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's getting overrun. Does manage to find one on Vice. He actually found two. He took Hiko down a bit earlier. Shinobi will return the favor. Wrath taking a decent amount of damage. Yell getting burned over by Newbox and will find one of his own, but a quick trade coming in from Wrath. Wrath gonna be going for the plant soon enough. Oh, at least I thought so, but Showtime takes him down. Shinobi will get this trade, but a quick trade coming his way as well. As PKL returns with the final kill of the round, 12-5. Luminosity Gaming only 4 rounds away from the 2-0 victory over Rogue. I don't think I have to ask. I see a lot of you guys are speaking Portuguese, or whatever you want to call it. Some people call it Brazilian, but I don't think that's accurate. I think the correct term is Portuguese. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just a scrub, so I might be. Well, that should indicate that most of you guys are rooting for Luminosity. But it would still be interesting to see who you guys are rooting for. So if you're rooting for Luminosity, type hashtag LG in the chat. If you're rooting for Rogue, hashtag Rogue in the chat. 13-5, and finally, Rogue have enough money to buy the AK-47s. They need to get some rounds on the board. They need it desperately. 3 more rounds and Luminosity will close this one out. Shinobi does manage to find the first on Showtime. Gideon has taken a good amount of damage, sitting on the T-ramp still. Wrath taking a good amount of damage as well, and so did Shinobi. Yell does manage to find one on Wrath, but a quick trade coming in from Shinobi. Nekis up close towards... Oh, that's perfect. Eco. Time and time again. I think that's the 4th smoke kill in this best of 2 already. We're not quite done yet. Jello left alone. 1-on-4 situation. Rogue finally getting their 6th round on the board. But they need some more. It's still a long way to go to get back into this match. And as suspected, all I can see in the chat right now is LG. Oh, we got a few rogues. Got a few rogues in the chat as well. Good to see that we at least have a few guys rooting for the same team as I do. But yeah, as suspected, most of you guys are rooting for LG. And you know, if we take a look. If we take a look at this game with not so biased glasses, obviously I should be rooting for Luminosity. They have the most to play for. They are the better team. They should be able to win this 2-0. Very well played by Rogue, managing to take it into overtime in the first map on Cash. It's looking pretty good for Luminosity here on map 2. Nobi, not entirely sure why he's lining up. I suppose for a smoke. The only thing that really makes sense, but... Because that works. Shinobi finds the kill on Yell. A flashbang. Getting thrown into the right direction, but on a flash the opposite direction as well. Cello decides to go aggressive through the construction smoke. He finds one of his own as the Wrath goes down, but Vice, with a quick trade. All of a sudden a 2-on-4 situation with the last two players from Luminosity trying to hold on to this FAMAS and the C-Set 75. 13-6, soon 13-7. Rogue will most certainly be able to hold on to this round. Hold on to their weapons as well. The AWP, please don't go for the double up on T side. They decide against it, which is clever. They do manage to save one AWP and 3 AK-47s. That's definitely good. Whoa. Scratch that. 2 AK-47s and an ult. I must admit, I don't understand why you die to the bomb when there's like, when your teammates are already in T-spawn. Why are you still so close to the bomb? Sit at the top of banana, wait for your opponents, like wait for the bomb to be ticked down so far that there's absolutely no chance of your opponents to defuse it. Then move out as a unit. Make sure that you cover each other's backs. You should never go down to the bomb in a situation like that, in my opinion. Vice takes care of Cello. Already a kill in favor of Luminosity here, though. Showtime did manage to find one on Cadian very early into the round. I see someone in the chat asking if I know pro word, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, so that should be answer enough. I have no clue what you're talking about. Please enlighten me. Another round on the board here for Rogue. 13-8. Only 5 round deficit for Rogue now. They definitely do have a chance of getting back into the game. And again, seen with my bias glasses, I hope that happens. Smokes, flashes in towards the A-bomb side. Beautiful stuff here from Cello. More or less fully blinded still. He knows the angles. He knows where the player is gonna land when he jumps out. He's got full control of the game, and that's so beautiful to see. It just shows, it goes to show that they've, you know, played the game so many times, that they've shot players in so many different positions time and time again, that it's more or less just muscle memory at this point. It's really a pleasure to watch. Another round on the board here for Rogue. Already cutting it a bit close. If you're watching this with Brazilian glasses, if you're rooting for Luminosity Gaming. 13-9. A big shout out to one of my good homies, Bird Guy. I love you, man. Already, or always, I should say, watching out for me and letting me know what is going on in the chats. I appreciate it, buddy. He's also from Denmark, and it's currently at 4:30 AM. Not entirely sure why he's awake. Enough about my buddies. Let's get back to the game. Beautiful round here from Wrath and Hiko, opening up nicely. It is a full M4 buy here for Luminosity, but a lot of damage dealt already from Rogue. Well, Yell, his position is now known, and they know where Nekis is. Nekis does manage to find one Shinobi with a quick trade, and as I mentioned, they already know that Yell is over close towards the A-bomb site, so just rush in towards B. They don't even have to check the back of sight. Plant the bomb. Job done. Should be an easy round for Rogue at this point. 4-on-1 situation. Yell, there's oh, the BM. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's great. I'm not entirely sure why you guys are talking about drugs or awareness against drugs in the chat. I'm not entirely sure why. I haven't done any paraphernalia, not even alcohol, for the last 2 years. So, and yeah, way longer when it comes to like drugs and stuff. I'm not entirely sure like why this is going on in the chat right now, to be blunt with you. Let's focus on the game instead. 13-10. Luminosity. Still a 3-round lead, but already a pretty good comeback here from Rogue. 5 rounds in a row at this point, and much like what we saw on Cash, they're fighting with everything they've got. Trying to bring this one back and salvage whatever dignity they got left. We're sitting at the second to worst spot in the ESL Pro League at this point, and I mean, they can't move up any spots, they can't move down any spots, so it can't get any worse for them, can't get any better for them either. But it's nice to see that they're still fighting with everything they got. They're sort of using this as practice, I suppose, because technically there's not really that much, well, there's not really anything to fight for. But it's nice to see that they're still, you know, fighting with it all. I've said that same sentence 6 times now. It's time to stop. As Joji would say. 13-10. Beautiful double kill here by Nekis before he gets traded out by Hiko, but also dealing a ton of damage on Hiko. Hiko down to 15 HP. A 2-on-2 setup here for Luminosity. 2 players over towards the A-bomb side and 2 players on the backside of B. Raised up here from Vice, he gets... Oh, that's sick. That's so sick. Gets a beautiful double, takes a lot of damage in the process, but still very much alive on just 2 HP. Still got a flash to play with as well. Hiko incredibly low on HP as well on Cadian. In pit with that AWP. Luminosity, they're running for their lives. They're scared at this point. And Rogue picking up the 11th round on the board. All thanks to Vice absolutely demolishing the setup. The defensive setup over towards the A-bomb site. With 1-2 quick kills. Indeed, 11th round on the board for Rogue. I have information that we're gonna see a pause coming up after this round. It's gonna be a tactical pause here for Luminosity. I think that's a good call from Luminosity, taking this tactical. Making sure they figure out exactly how to address Rogue getting this many rounds on the T side. Again, Luminosity did the same. They got a ton of rounds on their T side. And they did that on Cash. This is more or less a repeater of Cash, actually. Once again, very quickly, just to sum up for those of you guys who didn't quite catch it. Luminosity, they have to win this game to go to the LAN finals in Odense. If they win this in overtime, they only get 2 points. They're gonna be head to head with CLG, who also lost their game against Splice. Luminosity If they win this, they've secured themselves a spot. If they win it in overtime, they're head-to-head with CLG. I'm not entirely sure what the tiebreaker will be. I'm sure I'll get information from the admins if that happens. If they straight up win this one without going into overtime, they'll secure themselves a spot. The ESL Pro League Finals coming up from the 5th to the 10th of December in Odense, Denmark. A beautiful city. Once again, if you haven't already got tickets for that, and if you're in Denmark, or if you decided to go on a trip anyways, you can check out proleague.com for ticket purchases. I believe they still have a few tickets available. I'll definitely suggest checking that out. Tickets aren't that expensive either. But let's get back to the game. LG securing the 14th round. If Rogue want to win this one in regulation, they need 5 rounds in a row without giving any more rounds to Luminosity Gaming. Luminosity Gaming, they need 2 more rounds to close this one out. Secure those 3 points. A victory over Rogue, but more importantly, a spot at the ESL Pro League Finals. Yell finds the opening frag on Shinobi, finds the second as well. Hiko up close and personal. Cadian walking back, setting up for the flashbang. It's gonna be a pop flash here, so Hiko can peek out. And here it comes. Ooh, not a pop flash at all. Why are you going that far down if you're not gonna make a pop flash? Cello and PKL, they find one each. It's gonna be all on Vice. Looks likely that it's gonna be 15-11. Only 50 seconds to go. They got complete bomb control. All 5 players over close towards the bomb. And Bias left alone. They're now gonna chase down towards Banana and try and find him. He will find one of his own, but Yell shuts him down with a triple kill for the round. Another round on the board for Luminosity. 15-11. We do have another tactical pause coming in from Luminosity Gaming. 15-11. They need one more round to close this one out to secure the victory, to secure the spot at the Pro League Finals. I've said it many times. I'll gladly state it one more time. If they take this final round, they are going to Odense. Alongside with Optic, SK, Liquid, Energy, and Misfits. It's now or never. If Rogue, if they want to do anything about Luminosity, if they want to squash their dreams, squash their plans of going to the Pro League Finals, they need to step up their game for this last few rounds here. Luminosity Gaming with a very defensive setup over towards the A-bomb site. 4 players on A for the time being. Yell, the sole defender on the B-bomb site, but he's been playing absolutely phenomenal Counter-Strike with his AWP for this entire series. Was already stepping up massively on the cash game that went into overtime. He's definitely been doing work here on Inferno as well. Nekes finds one PKL as well. PKL, yet another for him. It's all on Cadian and Hiko. now all on the clutch master himself. And his position is known, a clean round for Luminosity Gaming, and just like that, they are going to the grand finals. Well, the grand finals, that's a bit of a leap. They're going to the ESL Pro League finals in Odense from the 5th to the 10th of December. Absolute amazing games from both teams, both here on Inferno, but also on Cash. It's been an absolute pleasure covering these matches for you guys today. I hope you guys have had half as much fun as I have. Again, it's been a pleasure. It really has. GG, well played, Luminosity Gaming. Good reason for them to cheer. Good reason for them to celebrate tonight. GG, well played. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys next time. If you haven't already, please consider hitting me up with a follow on Twitter, so you know next time I cover any matches. So you can follow my private stream maybe, and catch me playing some Counter-Strike on my own. But as said, that is it for me. It's currently almost 5 AM in the morning. I need to get some sleep before I pass out. Thank you guys so much. Catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy. GG, Luminosity Gaming.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Be focused. Be uncompromising. Be the best and never hold out. Pick your event. Place your bet. No matter who you are or what you're here for, it's our passion that unites us. Betway, for the love of the game.